That letter was very heartbreaking too, man. Did y'all read the entire letter?
It's rough.
Yeah.
After I read that letter, man, I couldn't even sleep that night. I was messed up. It really messed me up.
It's a sad situation. It really is. I wanted to make a video on it, but I decided not to because it's kind of grossed out by this whole.
Well, and the sad part about the whole thing is those who are actually accountable won't hold themselves accountable or take any responsibility. The best you can hope for out of this situation now is that people who are in that camp who may not have realized how bad these things can get or, what the end result is, what, going to be, they may start to realize that and step back from it. But again, those who are actually championing this whole thing and the leaders of this shit aren't gonna, but they might lose some support. That's about it. That's the most you can hope for.
Sean, can I ask you? You're a
sure
criminal. I mean, I'm not a criminal, but you're
I do criminal defense. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you're a legal guy.
Mental, yes.
You said you follow this. It wasn't any could they do a sexual thing against Ed? If this was,
here's a question. Actually, I want to ask you, and I'm glad you brought that up, Jay. Can the family sue the people that they named?
Oh, sure. They can be sued. I mean, yeah.
How do you think that would turn out?
It'd be a civil situation.
Yeah, I mean,
it would
sue
be
him for intentional affliction, emotional distress. Sue him for wrongful death if you can really prove it. Yeah, you might have a case. I mean, I think it'd be worth suing, especially if he can lay it out and if he's got all the receipts and he saved everything. Yeah, certainly you could.
Well, the allegations you'd have to call out their character, right? Because you could go into their history of doing this shit.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you could.
And it's all out there, all archived.
Well,
all that is archived.
And if you really want to make an example out of him, that's one thing you can hope is that his family probably does go after specific individuals who were the leaders of this campaign. I mean, I would think. I mean, and that's the only way that anything's going to change. But
as far as any criminal activity, there isn't anything, and I'm not sure I want there to be criminal activity in this situation. We have enough laws and there's enough crimes. As a judge once told me, we've got enough criminals. We don't need to make more at this point. He said, people being assholes is just going to be with us forever. So,
yeah, I have to agree because then you can start, going after people like they're already doing based on feelings and just more of that bullshit restrictions on speech they try to put on people.
Well, it kind of turns out like that girl in Connecticut where she basically told her boyfriend, go kill yourself. And it's like he did. And now she went to prison for that. It's like, yeah.
That set a precedent though, didn't it though?
Yeah,
I was going to ask about that actually.
And I don't like that being a precedent. The law enforcement and prosecutors already have enough tools. I don't want them to have more.
I mean, I agree.
They already abuse what they have.
And the chat brought something up that's very important. Yes. I almost forgot. It was the news crew that fucking doxed his parents' house.
That's
I
right.
Totally forgot about that.
Oh, but they doxed his address too.
Yeah. They canceled his gallery too. I completely forgot about to bring that up. Yeah, they canceled. He had an art gallery thing he was going to do. Fucking pulled. And then after that, the news site went to his parents' house and shit and ran with that story and put his picture in the local town that he lives in. So I mean, they went for this guy hard.
They did, and this stuff hurt me because if you follow Ed, I watch Ed videos every day. He dropped every day. Him and Jim. Ed was on the brink of being one of those big comic book stars like your Todd McFarlane's, Jim Lee type of guys. His brand was just growing. And then this happened, and just his untimely death.
Yeah, it's jealousy.
They was jealous, most definitely.
Well, they wanted him probably to feature and promote them, and that's the biggest thing is those people want to use you for their benefit to prop them up in the industry. And if you don't do that, and if you don't play ball with them, they come for you, and that's what happened. They've ruined the entire comic book industry. These are the people. The names that he named are some of the biggest cancel fucking pieces of shit in the comic book industry, and they've been at it for a long time. And there's a long documented paper trail that'll easily show that, I'm sure, if his family goes after them, and they're going to look real bad. And Discovery,
I really hope that the family actually does.
Yeah, I hope they do too. And Discovery for that is going to be real good.
That was
I'd
Ed
love to see the DMs of these people.
That was Ed last wishes for his family to pursue a lawsuit against these people.
And they should crowdfund it.
Yeah,
I'd donate to it. 100%.
I think we all would.
Yeah, I'd put $1,000 in that. I might put more than that actually in there. I'd do it under anonymous name, but I would donate to that for sure.